Hello, in this video, I'm going to review with you what you need to know before you apply for a green card through family in the United States. My name is Rodrigo Canito. I'm an immigration attorney and I do videos on different immigration topics and how to get legal status in the United States. So if that's something that interests you, feel free to subscribe to this channel. Well, first of all, applying for a green card obviously is an important decision. It's something that's going to affect the rest of your life. So you want to make sure you get it right the first time. All right. So the first thing I always look at is I just want to make sure that the person is actually eligible to apply for the green card. So let's review. The people that can actually apply for you, the family members that is your parents, it's your siblings, it's your husband or wife, or it could be your son or daughter as long as they're 21 years of age. And depending on what family category they are in, they either have to be a legal permanent resident or a U.S. citizen, all right? In certain family categories, you may have to wait for years for a visa to be ready in that category. In others, there is no wait time. It's just you apply right away, and the only wait time is the administrative process, all right? But you want to make sure that you're actually eligible to move forward with the process right away. Okay, so that's one thing. The other big thing is, how did you enter the country? Okay, to be eligible to apply for a green card inside the United States, you either have to be inspected and admitted or inspected and paroled into the United States. If, say, for example, you crossed the border into the United States and nobody saw you, right, and you've just been living here for years, that may make you ineligible to apply for a green card in the United States. All right. Now, there are certain exceptions to that, but obviously that's something you'd probably want to check with the lawyer to see if you fall under one of those exceptions. All right. And the reason this is so important is because it's not just about applying and getting rejected for the green card if you don't qualify. If, say, you don't have any more status, your status expired either before or at some point during the process while you're waiting for a green card, then you can actually be, after you're denied, you could be referred to immigration court and placed in removal proceedings. And now, being in immigration court, that could be a very stressful, scary process, right? You'd also likely need to hire an immigration lawyer, which could be costly, right, to handle your court case. So it's just something you want to avoid if you're not eligible, okay? You don't want to put yourself in that situation unnecessarily. All right, now let's assume that you are eligible, okay? So what's the next step in the process? All right, so the next one is the forms. I know the forms are pretty boring, right? But it's something that you have to submit. So the forms are generally Form I-130, I-485, and Form I-864, okay? If you're applying through your spouse, then you'd also need Form I-130A, okay? Now, with each of these forms, there's a set of instructions that goes with them, except I-130A, okay? You could put these forms in Google, I-130, I-45, and they will pop up, and if you look closely, you'll be able to find them online. Go to USCIS website, and you'll be able to locate them pretty quickly. All right, so each one of the forms comes with a set of instructions and how to fill it out, and also what documents you need to submit with them. All right, so just so you know, some documents that you would need to submit with your case is a birth certificate, for example, marriage certificate, copy of the birth certificate, marriage certificate, copy of your passport. It could be Form I-94. Form I-94 is something that shows how you entered the United States, right? We talked about the inspection requirements that go along with applying for a green card. Also, the medical exam. You definitely have to submit a medical exam in this process. Another one is taxes. You need to submit taxes from the petitioner. Okay, so these are just some examples of the type of documents that you need to submit. Again, all the forms come with instructions and tell you what documents you need to submit with them. All right. Also, I should mention that if there's any document that is not in English that you're going to submit to support your case, it needs to be translated. Okay, and there's all these requirements on how the document needs to be properly translated as well. All right. In addition to that, you're going to need the petitioner to be involved. So it's not like you have a petitioner and they say, okay, I'm going to help you out, and they don't do anything. They're going to be involved in this process. So there's at least two forms that they need to help you fill out. So Form I-130 and Form I-864. They're actually going to sign those as well. Okay. They're also going to have to submit supporting documents that they would have, right, to support your case. And it might be necessary as well for them to go with you to the interview, right? Now, there's not always an interview for green card applicants, but sometimes there is. And so the petitioner needs to be available to go with you to your interview, all right? Next are the fees. So I generally submit these applications by mail. All right. So when you submit them by mail, the fee for the I-130, Form I-130 is $675, and the fee for the Form I-485 is currently $1440. Now keep in mind, if you're seeing this video in 1, 2, 3, 4 years, the fees could be different. All right. So the fees are constantly changing from my experience. All right. Well, thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope you got something out of it.